relaxing. Sawadee Assalamualaikum. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to LOL with Rizal. And then, hey, who's this?
Eh, I thought
Who's this?
it's just gonna be the Pasar Malam Association meeting.
Oh,
Apa ni?
I terkejut lah. Pasal malam association meeting selalu malam sikit. Dia lepas habis cuci, and then only then you have the meeting.
Ngam-ngam lah.
Ah,
So 8 o'clock is time to close. I need to pack up, clean.
oh,
Where are we
yeah,
now?
okay lah. Hey, man. Hey, thanks CA for coming in. Today, very big topic. It's a very big topic, right? So, of course, today is a special session. I think but I've co-hosted before. I've co-hosted with Nikki, and I think you have been my guest. But now today, together, for some reason, we have to, join hands. We are in trouble. We're in
Yeah,
trouble, right?
that's
The past few days, right? When I was doing my sales at the pasar, right? Everything very good. All my clients are there. They're all very happy. Suddenly the past 2-3 weeks, right? I can see a drop in my sales of my rojak. How about you? How's your satay going?
yeah. Usually I can open until 12 midnight, but you see the past few weeks, 7 8 o'clock, no people already. Everybody all cabut. I don't know where they go. So when I ask all these
Hmm.
customers where they go, they say, nasi lemak tu sedap oh. So I say, apa
Wow.
benda tu? So we need to take an action lah. How I
Tak
think this
boleh.
nasi
I
lemak
heard
seller,
I heard about this guy lah. I heard about this guy. First he was very kecoh one about nasi lemak. Oh, go here, go there. He got lots of nasi lemak options. He got the ayam goreng lah, got the sotong lah, the sambal petai, very nice And then I overheard from the kway teow uncle, like, he also sells satay, and then sometimes he sell rojak one. Okay?
oh
So like
yo,
he sapu everything. And then his shop is close to the entrance we in the center we got the bigger store one. He put everything at the start. So when people come in, people buy from him. He doesn't do
alamak.
anything one. He doesn't really like, hey, come buy. He doesn't do that one. People just automatically go to him. People automatically go to him. I'm so worried that.
Oh yeah, man. I also try to approach, the bomo with the 2 coconuts on. Nothing is working. No, I'm telling you, this nasi lemak guy, ayo, pening kepala lah.
I
How
pun,
we
I
must
pun
have
tak
this
tahu.
association to protect our interests also. How?
Ya lah, this association baru buat tadi lah kan. Only just now we created. Okay. Anyway, guys, if you just thank you if you just tuned in. If you have tuned in, just pop in and drop a note. Say hi to us on the comment section. Again, today's topic is of course, is not about. I mean, we are going to grill the guy. We will find out, right? But as the poster says here, the main thing is that we're going to ask Nasi Lemak Man, what is all this selling by not selling? You know, dia jual tanpa menjual tu. It's not fair, man. I can feel it already because my sales have not been great the past 2-3 weeks. Right? Same as you too, right? We're all impacted.
Kena, yeah, all impacted.
Ya lah,
Susah lah.
ya lah. Macam mana?
Bomo
Yeah.
kelapa pun tak boleh buat bantu. Macam mana ni?
We got Jonah. Hey, Jonah. Sorry, we only started. Orang semua pergi makan lah. I think they all go makan somewhere else Yeah. So
Enjoy nasi lemak lah, no doubt.
enjoy nasi lemak lah. Yeah. Okay. And then whoa, Hazia, hello, how you doing? Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Always appreciate people who come in and drop by. Sunyi tahu duduk seorang-seorang ni. And then Jonah finally able to make it live. That's cool, man. That's cool. Good stuff. So, I mean, betul tak? CA. I mean, like, if somebody can sell without selling, how are we going to do business? How are your satay going to sell? How's my rojak going to sell?
Aiyo, I also out of idea. Jumpa bomo pun tak boleh bantu. Susah tu.
Hey, Rizal, man, this guy is amazing. So, he specializes in gamification,
Wow.
right? In and incorporating it into training and learning and so on. So he's damn good. And glad to have him on board. Today, dia punya post ganas, okay? It's a picture of him exercising. He got a rantai besi. With the rantai, right? I think at least 10 kilo around his neck, okay? And he runs with it. So kau tengok ni, dia kata I just had dinner and still hungry, especially when you're talking about nasi lemak. Wait, I know lah you lari with the rantai just now. Don't have to overdo it. Okay lah. Huh? So I think without further ado, right? See, are we ready? Are we ready to bring in our man?
Definitely. Yang you bawa parang ke tak bawa ni?
Rasa nak parang pun lah. Okay. Alright. So without further ado, let's bring in our guest for today, Mr. Faisal. Yay!
Hey,
Mari dah, mari. Hey man, how you doing?
Thank you, thank you. Good, good. Still a bit tired from moving, but I'm okay already.
Wah, still a bit tired from moving, huh? Moving where?
Moving to stock CA lah. Because when he said he lives in this place, I decided to move there somewhere near him so that I can check out his satay to see what his trade secret, you know. So how
Oh,
he kipas the satay. There's a technique to it. So I know he's keeping his
oh,
secret. So I have to
oh.
find it
but
quietly, you know.
you already took all my sales. I have no more sales.
Actually, when I'm doing all this, my intention is to all help the Pasar Malam people. Because to help them sell more satay, more rojak, more char kway teow, more lontong lah, more nasi dagang, whatever lah. Uh,
Eh,
because I
janganlah
always
cakap
see
banyak-banyak.
ah, so I'm helping you guys to sell by not selling.
But but the money didn't come to my stall also leh. I kira my daily sales jatuh.
Itulah because they always come chat to me. I want them to go and chat with you. So you have to layan
Alamak,
them a bit
bisa.
more.
Dia yang jual semua kan. I mean I saw it in the post lah. Suddenly got rojak and then rojak got definition of rojak semua, okay. Wah, please lah, don't take our team, okay. And then the satay also tarik, kita tak ada apa nak jual lah, cannot sell anymore. Tapi itu taktik dia lah. He wasn't selling, right? See, he wasn't selling, but then people still buy one lah. Oh,
See, I'm not selling satay. I don't have satay to sell. So I'm just
oh.
putting out a good word for you.
Okay lah, okay. Kita percaya lah, kita percaya. So probably maybe we move to a different district to do the pasar lah. See.
Have to lah.
Okay, a shout out from Jonah. Say, yo, Faisal, what's up? Jonah says
Hey,
hi.
Jonah.
Yeah. And for just in case for people here, Jonah is in the real estate department, in real estate industry. So this guy absolutely awesome in terms of knowledge about real estate. If you want to reach out and speak about properties and so on, go and connect with him. Amazing guy. All right, so of course let's go for it lah. Since Faisal, first time we having you here live with us, of course, and a lot of people probably are very keen to find out the mystery behind the nasi lemak. So behind the daun pisang kan, buka siapa ni? So let's find out from you, the special guest today. Let's do a quick intro, just a bit about yourself.
Okay. Apa nak cakap because I don't know how to sell. That's the problem. I started
Ini
in
bagus
selling
ni.
by being very, very crap at selling. I'm absolutely crap at selling. Because when you're selling, right, you're supposed to follow steps 1, 2, 3, 7, 9 or whatever lah. I'm absolutely crap at that because I came from a very technical background. I was a field engineer for many years. And I could spew out a lot of technical details. And when I started selling, and I talk about technical details, people will say, "Apa ni?" This is the problem. Engineers talking to engineers, but again, engineers don't want to hear what an engineer say. Right? So quite simple because they don't want to be sold. Right? If let me ask you lah, if you walk into a Senheng lah, selling TV and all that, and the guy comes to you, "Sir, this thing got 42-inch screen." What would your response be? For me, I would say, "You think I cannot read 42-inch?"
Betul juga.
If the guy say 55-inch, I say obviously it's written there big 55. Sir, got discount some more. Yeah, big discount. You already put on the on the door 55% discount. So this is why people are trying to sell what people see as selling, and
Mm.
a lot of novice salesperson, me included, that's what we tried to do. We tell
Mm.
people the obvious thing that people think I'm stupid. I can read already. I can see this. All I can now it's worse now because when they come to see you, right? They already have
Mm.
the information. The other ping says you can
Mm.
always check on the internet already. All the other things, whatever they want to know. They just
Mm.
want to see here. They like your face or not. So if the minute they come in, sir, this one got discount. Right. So you think I
Mm.
you think I stupid? Man, I cannot read. Straight away they go to buy another shop. Right. So selling by
Mm.
not selling is partly I'm trying to address those things, right?
Ah.
And because that's how I met with my clients. Because if I am to talk technical with them, some of them, they are way more up there in terms of technical knowledge, right? Because I came from the oil field, what you call the upstream, the drilling side of things. So I'm trying to talk to this guy about software, system setup, design.
Mm.
I can tell you, I know nothing.
Mm.
So if I'm trying to sell them the features. These are the features, and these are the benefits. What most people tell you when you go to a sales call, you sell the you talk about the features, but you sell the benefits. Heck, I don't even know what the features are, man. So how do I sell? Like why I use the nasi lemak is you want me to tell you exactly how much santan goes into the nasi lemak, at what minute the thing is put out. I really don't know, man. But I know how to eat nasi lemak very well lah. You ask me you want to ask me how much lengkuas to put in the satay. Seriously, I have no clue. But if you ask
Okay.
me, right? So I came about selling by not selling because of these things. So I've been doing that for the last 20 years or so lah. I've been in selling for 22 years. That's the with a formal title sales engineer, and later on became business development. But I've been selling earlier than that when I started selling chicken. I think in one of my postings, I showed a chicken, uh, chicken, not selling chicken is sexy or whatever it is. I
Mm.
was I was working in a chicken shop for 8 months, looking at chicken butts and chicken neck.
Wah,
Why?
so terror
Because
lah.
I have to slaughter it, right? And then I have to
Ah.
clean all the bulu. Then I have to hold its butt like this, take a knife, open up the butt, and remove all the innards. So I've been studying at chicken butts for 8 months after my exam SPM.
Oh.
So so if you want to sell chicken, right? What is there to sell about chicken? People will come to the shop, kasih yang kecil, kasih yang besar, kasih yang medium, right?
Ah.
How do you know which one is kecil, which one is medium? Because the weight ranges, right? So what you do is you befriend them, you accost them, get to know them, and then itulah that one. They will just point out to you that one. Okay, lah, that one lah. Sometimes they ask for a small one, but when talk to you, they say that one happened to be the biggest there. I said okay, I don't argue with them. That one lah, I could take. So I ended up
Mm.
selling the biggest chicken. So those were the early days of selling without selling lah. Then I realized
Mm.
that if I try to sell, like I said earlier, features, benefits, and you will see many training courses on sales talk about these features, benefits. People like
Oh, really?
some people will be good at this. They'll be very good, right? And with the features, they can address the client's concerns, and so on, right? But me, I am an absolute crap when it comes to that. So I have to do it something different. Right. So that's how I came about sales, 20 plus years in sales. And Alhamdulillah, I got some decent case studies lah to show how selling by not selling had worked for me.
Oh, okay, okay, cool, cool. Eh, tunggu kejap. You cepat sangat terus tak jual ni, tapi sambil jual kita orang nak tahu like where you
Uh,
from, man. Where did you go? Where did you study?
uh,
What
okay, where I'm
something about
from,
it lah. Yeah.
I'm from a very nice town that I couldn't wait to get out
Huh?
when I was before I was 13, because I didn't realize that the place was very nice until recently. Taiping. I mean, who doesn't know
Really?
Taiping? Taiping is a very nice town. In fact, I was privileged. I lived in the Lake Gardens for 6 years
Oh,
because
Oh,
my father was teaching there and the school there. So our house was in the
eh, oh,
oh, this one is he's selling without selling one. So this is his technique now.
this one, I think he counting vote lah. TNB blackout. Melaka elections.
Aduh, dia tutup lampu dan kira dah
ah,
dekat cincai
I
cincai.
so I thought I
What's
want to
that?
get out
You're
from
back.
this place, man.
Hey, what
I
school
wanted
was
to
it?
get out from Taipei. My father was teaching at Sekolah Raja Tun Azlan Shah,
Star.
Saratas. I went
Yep.
to school in MRSM.
Okay.
Primary school, I was there. No, Seratas Azlan Shah
Okay.
MRSM Balik Pulau. But
Okay.
somehow my parents had a nefarious plans. They swapped me from Balik Pulau to Taiping. So my house
Oh.
was only 2 kilometers from the school. So I said, I want to get out of
Oh.
Taiping. I want to get out of Taiping, you know. And yeah, so I
Mm.
spent basically most of my childhood in Taiping. But by the time I was 18, after the stint at the chicken shop finished, I got my wish lah. I left
Mm.
Taiping, and actually I left Malaysia straight away. Went to studies in the UK for my diploma, and I came back 5 years later. I never lived in Taiping since.
Mm.
Uh,
Interestingly, we're connected, because
hmm.
my father's side is from Taiping, Pokok Asam.
Ah,
And then
okay, not too
you
far from
mentioned,
me.
not too far, very close to ISA. So, ISA is just in front of the door there, okay? So, if anything, you go straight there. And then you said you went to Balik Pulau and then Taiping. I was actually in from Malaysian Balik Pulau. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, but
so
probably much.
I would have been your senior.
Yeah, that's scary, man.
who would ask who would ask you to finish 3 bowls of Maggie?
Oh my god. Why
That
would
that's
you
the
do
way
that?
I bully students. I bully my juniors like that.
Three
Uh,
bowls of Maggie. That's easy, man.
uh,
Rugi ni.
when you are a Form 1 student, tiny, you try to finish 3 bowls of Maggie.
Okay lah. That one maybe your
uh,
time lah. My time no more Form 1 already. It's only Form 4, Form 5.
you're
My
Form
time.
4.
Yeah, Form 4, Form 5 only lah. Only 2 years ah. There's no other 3 years tak ada lagi.
uh,
All
yeah,
right, cool man. Thank you so much. That's a very good insight. But then you went to UK. Where in UK?
I went to Brighton to do my diploma and A levels. Kita orang masa
Mm-hmm.
tu TMB rasa macam I was a scholarship a scholarship student by TNB with TNB.
Oh,
So TNB thought kita ni pandai sangat lah. A levels pun kena buat, diploma pun kena buat.
Mm. Wow,
So
then
okay lah. Diploma adalah merit sikit, A levels just pass cukup lah because universiti tak minta. Bila dapat application from university, dia kata okay lah, A level tak kisah, you just as long as you get your diploma passes, we okay lah. So I went to Cardiff for my degree, again still sponsored by TNB. I came
oh,
back, work for TNB for 1 year, and I thought, alamak, there's more to life lah rather than being stuck in a power plant control room. So I went to work offshore. I went to work with a company called Schlumberger as a field
mm.
engineer. So
Oh.
it was at the other end lah. So you are thrown at the, before that, if you observe a volcano, now you are thrown right in front of the volcano. I have to do things all the time, hands on and so on. So
Oh.
that's how I became reasonably good technically, and and again, there was where my sales skills kind of helped me. I didn't realize I had sales skills, but I realized that I always argue with the company man, the client, but I always
Mm.
won.
Oh.
And then I look at, okay, what can I do with this? Lah? So then I was in my last position in Schlumberger. I was in China, and then I was in New Zealand when the worldwide downturn came in 98, 99. They
Mm.
couldn't transfer me back to Malaysia because Malaysia also went down sharply. So they
Mm.
said bye bye. They said bye
Oh,
bye to
bye bye.
me. They said bye bye. So
Ouch.
I came back. I came back, and then 3 months later they said, "Hey, come back, come back." I said, "Hey, go fly kite lah. I don't want anymore lah." Because by that time I had a baby already. I was happy with the baby. I don't want to go offshore anymore. Because
Okay.
when I went offshore at the time, sometimes it's 6 weeks, 8 weeks easily. So when you have a baby at home, you don't want to go offshore anymore lah. So decided to never
Mm.
mind, forsaken the money, keep your money. I go into sales lah. Try a new adventure.
Oh, so that's when you shifted to sales, eh?
Yes.
But why, why suddenly the shift?
Uh, I guess you guys all know the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, right?
Mm.
I had this dream lah at one time. I wanted to drive a Porsche, own a Porsche by before I was 30, right?
Mm.
And
Before you're 30. Wow.
I actually achieved that dream when I was 27, but I didn't buy. I went for test drive, everything I didn't buy because
Alamak.
at that time when I was working offshore and all that. I only had not even 20 days onshore every year because I was almost at site all the time, right? So I thought if I bought this car, the 20 days I was on in town, 10 days I would go diving. So scuba diving. So I only have 10 days to drive this car. Oh, and then I would have to pay this much? No point lah. And then
Mm.
when I read, when during my time in between jobs, when I had my baby, was bathing him and everything. So I was thinking which track to follow now. Somebody gave me the book, and I read the book, and Kiyosaki says, you one way or another you have to go into business if you want to determine how much you make, rather than being dictated by the company. This is how much you
Mm.
make, right? And also he gave an example of a Porsche inside there, uh, d- through property and all that. So I said, okay lah, let's look at how to go into business. And one line inside there, he said, if you want to go into business,
Mm.
you have to learn and be good in sales, right?
Mm.
If you cannot sell, you have no hope in business. That's what I get from. Maybe he worded it differently, but that's what I get it. And then I was like, holy crap, I cannot sell like this. How ah? So, so that's how I
Betul
got
tu.
into sales and find out how to sell my way. So that Robert
Oh.
Kiyosaki book is instrumental. So after that, what I did was to learn how to sell. I joined a network marketing or MLM business,
Oh.
because that is a very head on, face to face, straight on selling, really, really selling. You prospect, you talk this, you do this, very step by step one,
Mm.
right? And I realized that cannot lah, I cannot do this like this. But what I found out is that I could relate to people. I could relate people, and I was very absolutely crap at closing. So
Mm.
maybe you want to ask Keanu lah, if you want to learn how to close and all that, right?
Yeah.
So Keanu can teach you all that, but I can teach you if I want. I can teach you step by step. I know how exactly how to do it, but it's just not me lah. I didn't
Mm.
feel good doing that, right? So if you feel that's okay, you can do that. Go ahead. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but for me, it didn't feel right. The steps that is prescribed normally. So that's how I come by selling by not selling, trying to find my own ways. I'm the kind of guy who's stubborn in a way. I don't want to listen to people. I don't want to listen from people's experience. Let me discover and screw it up myself, and figure out something. Kind of
You know?
adventurous, if you say. Yeah.
No, no, that's a good story, man. And then the fact that you went to MLM to go into the field of battle and
Yeah.
then try it out, right? The step by step, Really go for
Every
it.
night, man.
Every
Every
night.
night. Yep.
Oh, nasib baik tak jumpa. If not, I'll be your downliner already. Then we can go ask CA lah. His turn lah. Oh man, that's so cool, man. That's so cool.
Faisal,
Yeah.
Faisal, I have a
Yeah.
question,
Yeah.
Faisal.
Yes, yes.
So I remember reading your post about the chicken. So I think
Uh-huh.
the selling by not selling is the value add services, the
Mm-hmm.
delivery kind of thing. Is that something that you want to expand?
Yeah, the value add.
Yeah.
Rizal also was talking about customization today, so on, right?
Yeah, correct.
Uh,
Terlompat
so
already.
that's kind of, for me, it's kind of mixed, the value
Ah,
add and the customization. Because one thing that I learned when I was selling valve, selling software, it is supposed to be out of the box. If you're selling a valve, okay, this is our valve, our size, and so on, blah blah blah. You buy this one lah, this much. The feature benefit things. So I realized that for 3 months, zero sales. When I went into
oh,
this particular valve company, zero sales for 3 months. And the
okay.
boss was already looking at me. But in that 3 months, what happened was I spent a lot of time with the clients, chatting with them, getting to know the challenges and so on. So what happened was they had this challenge where they built a platform and they designed it. When they designed it, after halfway, they realized it was almost 100% overweight.
Oh,
Right? But they remember me coming to the office all the time, chit chat, chit chat. They remember vaguely, hey, this guy sells valves. Okay. And then
okay.
what happened was they called me, hey, bro, I have this problem. So, okay, I'm listening. Can you do this? I said, let me check. Let me check with my factory technical guy. I'm crap at this. Right?
Mm,
So I get their designs from them, send it back to the factory. Guys, can we help this client? Do it this way. I need an answer by 2 days' time. Then I can tell him we can help him with this or not. So
mm,
more questions come from the factory. I went back to him, to the client. Okay, I need the valve to be like this, like this. You need to tweak it a bit like this, like this, like this. Then it will fit into my design. Factory can do, can do. Okay, so just by doing that, I didn't really sell him anything. I don't go to and guess what? For 3 years in a row, we beat our target by 40%. 3 years in a row,
oh,
right?
oh,
And in 1 year, in half a year, we already hit 100% our target.
mm,
What we did was we just sat with the clients, listening to their whatever lah, and understanding their business.
mm,
And they have a face that they talk to, somebody to listen to them, over teh tarik, whatever lah. So
mm,
when they hit a problem, and somehow they remember your face, they knew damn well I'm not an expert, but
mm,
somehow, bro, can you think for me? Can. So
mm,
this is where the customization part also comes and what his requirements. I don't go
mm,
in, tell me what your requirement. I No, I don't do that. I don't know how to do that. So that's part of
mm.
the
So the
Nice.
secret to selling by not selling is really just showing up lah.
showing
Is it?
up. Because if you realize is most of your clients have a stressful life when they are at work, and everybody comes to see them, they all want to talk about work, right? Right.
Mm,
So they have enough of 8 hours on, or even 10 hours a day to talk about work, to talk about engineering. So they want somebody that can just, like I would say this, I hope they won't ban me after, to talk cock lah.
yeah, normal lah.
Yeah, normal lah. And to be honest with you, most of my business meetings is just talking cock with
Like
Tom.
like this guy lah.
Ah,
Ah,
that's where the nasi lemak comes in, right? So if you have an appointment in the morning at 9 a.m., so what's Malaysian's favorite line when you see somebody? Sudah makan lah.
Sudah makan
That's
lah.
ah,
Malaysian's favorite line, right? So when you see a
ah,
client, sudah makan? Dah makan dah bang? Belum. Jom makan nasi lemak dulu. Or makan whatever down there kan.
mm,
Or Alah, nasi lemak bawah tak sedap lah. Tu dia cakap, okay, then where is your favourite nasi lemak? They will say lah, Tanglin lah, Wanjo lah, whatnot lah, whatnot. So
Hmm.
you make a note of it, right? So you know that this guy, the next 2 weeks of whatever you come, okay, he's typically going to be early in the office, try to skip his breakfast. So your next trip to see him, he might be busy whatnot. You might not even have an appointment with him. Dia, bang, aku naik sekejap. Apa hal? Aku ada nasi lemak 3 bungkus. Bawa lah kawan seorang. So
Oh.
if I come to see you, right, you're going to say no to me when I bring nasi lemak. When you don't have breakfast yet.
Oh, ini
So I
bagus
said,
ni.
I said, come up lah. We just have a quick nasi lemak at the pantry there.
Hmm.
So they will always ask you, apa cerita bang ni? Tak ada lah. I just remember 2 weeks ago, you mentioned that you didn't have breakfast, tak sempat lah, blah blah blah. And I happen to have another meeting at 10 o'clock, so I thought I'd bring nasi lemak eat with you lah. So I just chat like that, chat. We were not talking about valves also. We were not talking about valves, right? And when I was selling software, same thing. I remember there was one particular client who now became a good friend. I look back at my calendar, over the 2 years period, I spent 58 sessions with him,
Hmm.
My goodness.
informally, over coffee, nasi biryani, nasi lemak. I only had
Okay.
3 formal meetings with him. The rest were all, I sampai dekat Dome, KLCC. Bang, kau dah sampai belum? Belum, I'm on my way. Aku nak cepat ni. Alah, datanglah dulu minum kopi sekejap kat Dome, or quick breakfast. Aku belanja kau lah sebelum kau naik atas. So, come
Oh.
down, order what? Simple breakfast, quick muffin or whatever. Okay, then 8:30 they go up. Whatever, right? 2-3 weeks later, same thing again. That's all. And
Macam
then
mana ni?
one
I termakan. Oh, best ni. This technique aku dah kena.
and lagi best, one day I happened to be in Jakarta. So this guy from KL went to Jakarta because they have some work over there. So I got to know, hey, next week can I see you? Oh, next week tak boleh lah. I'm in Jakarta, blah blah blah. I was happen to be in Jakarta because I have a meeting over there. So where you staying? Okay, come tonight we go find the best nasi padang or whatever. So I just took them makan nasi padang. So that is one of out of the 58 meetings lah.
Oh, 58 meetings.
58 meetings. But what happened after that? I left one company that I was pursuing with him. And then when the moment I went to another company doing similar business, I straight away texted him, "Hey bro, I've joined this other company. I'm back among the living." So then he asked me, "So what are you guys doing?" I said, come, I want to see you this afternoon. Urgent. You have to see me today."
Oh, cliffhanger ni.
TNB potong lagi.
Faizal, you're stuck, man. Janganlah leave us hanging like that. Just urgent ni. Urgent. I want to know what food, man.
That was the keyword lah. TNB dengar urgent tu, kasih potong je.
Dude. Anyway, for the guys who are watching, do drop us a question or
Okay.
anything that you want to ask
Alright.
Faizal. You're back. Tadi
Okay,
sangkut.
okay. So I went back that afternoon to see him, help him work on something, and the rest is history lah. So a lot of things that I do, it's like that. So the
Apa
history
yang
tu is
urgent tu?
something that
So
I know you want to answer me
urgent
later
keluar
lah.
makan.
No, because he had a presentation to revamp a certain system in his company.
Okay.
So I came to see, and even then I was not the person who actually went through the technical stuff. I just went to understand his requirement. I said, let me talk back to my technical guys back in the office. I said, guys, we have this. Can we do it or not? Can. Okay, can. Tomorrow we do it. Okay lah. Siap. Ambil present lah to your boss. So that's kind of thing. It's more about selling by not selling. Is really being a buddy lah.
Okay, that's interesting, man. I love the stories. I mean, like now that it's virtual, right, most of it. Of course, we're coming back. So when people who are doing sales and they are unable to meet and cannot bring up makan, what do we do then?
Mm.
Kita kan kita grab makan sekali ke? Peliknya.
Okay, we're talking about Grab and makan, right? Okay, this only work with people that you already know lah. Okay,
Hmm.
we just talking mentoring. Someone we have MS team meeting, Zoom meeting. Then
Hmm.
again, okay, when the thing is that with Zoom meeting, we tend to be more formal lah, kononnya MS team kan. But you know this guy hantu for Dunkin Donut, for example lah.
Hmm.
Then sometimes towards the end we talk again lah, we talk about Dunkin Donut lah, nasi lemak, blah 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 lah. So it's just like, bang, bak sini address kau. Siapa hal? Bak sini address kau, WhatsApp. So dia WhatsApp,
Oh,
you just order lah Dunkin Donut, send to him.
pandai ah. Ni
How
no
much
gift
it will
policy
cost
macam
you?
mana ni? No
Huh?
gift policy macam mana sih? No gift policy.
No give policy
Adalah
under
lah.
under 100 ringgit man. This one makan only.
RM6 kan nasi lemak murah
Ah,
yang high class pun
ah,
RM6 benda.
ah,
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I think I need to do that. I mean, I've been quite active bringing people out and meeting and so on, and it's always simple teh tarik, mamak, and all that.
ah. Teh tarik mamak is always the best one, the cheapest one.
Okay.
Aduh.
And
Maybe,
they
maybe
keep.
right. Just a quick one,
Mm.
because you mentioned about going to Jakarta, and I know there is this story about the deal that you got. So I was asking this question: what is the biggest sales you've done, and how you did it without selling? So basically, what was the biggest sales? And that was the story that you told me before, and I thought that was very cool.
Okay, this is a continuation of that guy just now with the 58
Yeah.
meetings, right?
Mm.
Uh, Actually, that 58 meetings came about because one of his predecessor sent a letter to my company that I work for then to terminate one particular software license. Right? They said
Mm.
we do not need this anymore, so we want to terminate the license. We don't want to pay the maintenance fee anymore, which
Mm.
is quite still about 100,000 plus a year lah. So I was
Mm.
going to lose 100,000 plus ringgit deal a year, But anyway, I followed through one guy after another, one guy after another until I met with this guy. Even when I met this guy, actually, has been his boss had been delaying my meeting with him until one day I tak tahan already. I just went up to his office, knock, knock, knock. So somebody opened the door. Yes, can I help? I said, can I see which one is Mr. So and so? I heard that he's new to this particular office. So this guy, for some reason, despite the precaution security or not, took me right to his desk. This is Mr. So and so. I said, hello, assalamualaikum. I'm so and so. I've been trying to see you. Okay, sit lah, sit. So that's how we got the 58 meetings going and so on. And this particular meeting ended up, uh, they have offshore asset, what you call upstream asset and so on. We I sold only software actually. Technically, I sold only software. That is in my product portfolio, right? So each of my software, I can work out to a deal about 3 million for his particular needs lah, three to
Mm.
five million, right? Because they have so many centers. So each center works about 1.5 to 2 million, right? So in Malaysia, they have about 3 or 4 regions. I can get maybe at most 10 million lah. Okay.
Mm.
But then when I started to speak to the team one by one, then we realized we have to do more. This is where customization again comes in. Instead of just selling the software, I went back to my boss, if we're just going to sell the software, the guy is not interested. So what you have to do, I said a lot more things. They said, okay. My boss said, okay, you have my permission just to talk to him, whatnot lah. So we talk. That's how we came up to 58 meetings lah, trying to find the requirement, And then at the end of the day, we're looking at 350 assets that they have to modernize the data. And we work out each asset was worth to us about 1 to 1.5 million. So on average, yeah. So on average, it was about 500 million in total ringgit.
Whoa.
Whoosh.
Ini jual
So
pasir nak lepas ni.
I told my boss, crap, I'm not going to do this. I don't know how to do this. But by that time, I had a good relationship with the client already. So you go back and figure out how to do this. Otherwise, I'm not buying your software. Okay. So my team, it's really because of my team, we were able to get together, figure out how to do it and so on. And my team came up with damn good proposal how to do it. Even though at the end of the day, I was the one who had to write the proposal, not knowing more than half of what I was writing about, right? So we came about, and they said, okay, fine. They want us to straight away go. Okay, now go do this 250 assets. No, 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 no. I said, no, I'm not going to do the. So what you want to do? I said, we are learning. You also learning how to do this with us. Let's take some pilot assets first. So we take three regions. We take three each. We had 9 assets. Let's figure out how to do this. Once we know how to do this, we roll out to the rest. Okay, plan. But he said, I have this much to spend this year. So I said, keep 2/3 of it. Just give me 1/3 because I cannot spend all your money. No, no, no. You take it. You spend it. I need this thing done. Huh. So fine. But we did the 9 assets. We charged them at the end of the day was only 15 million, 1 5. So the rest was on the back burner. And after we did the pilot, it was a go for the 500 million quantum just now. But unfortunately, in 2014, oil price, so everything was put on hold lah. Because otherwise, that would be the quantum of the deal.
Ui,
Uh,
I dengar pun I'm like, you say like 15, 30, oh, actually there's a million behind there, see?
A lot of
Wow,
zeros behind.
a lot of zeros, man. That's a big figure lah. See, you got anything to ask? How to satay like this?
Wah, this one tak pernah satay sampai banyak zero ni.
yeah.
My
Aduh.
satay all
So
small change lah. This one is like
uh,
zero banyak ni.
so I became from salesman to project manager to program manager, and also back down to engineer
Hmm.
again. So that's the thing lah. I mean, it's worth it lah. 58 meetings over more than a year lah. Actually, we work out and so on, and
Hmm.
that project really built a name for myself. And until today, I'm still consulting with a few clients around. I don't have to
Wow.
sell anymore lah. So and in fact, there were a few things that when they just need someone to chat, right? There were projects that I already left 3 to 4 years after that. And then the guy just called me and said, hey, I have this problem lah, blah, blah, blah. I said, aduh bang,
Hmm.
aku dah tak buat benda ni. Tapi I think you might have some idea. Come, let's go for coffee.
Wah,
So
Rambo betul lah.
we sat down for coffee, and then ideas come up. You go figure out how to do this. I need you to do this. Oh, shit. It's kind of that like that. So one of the things that I did 2 years ago, something like that, was smaller deal, about 80 million. Uh,
Hey, mana the small please we all want that 80. I want to cry already. Okay.
yeah, when you listen to all this, memang very impressive. But if you
Hmm.
talk about how much money that actually came to me, ciput lah.
Alamak.
But for the companies that I work for, yes, they got this deal and so on.
Hmm.
That's why if you look at my profile, I'm not lying when I said your revenue is going by 200.
Hmm. Sorry,
Rizal,
Faizal,
that's
we
why
lost
our
you.
sale is down lah, Rizal. That's the reason why our sales is down.
Betul lah, people deal with big figure mah. More
Ah,
than 80, 100. Kita main RM30 je lepas.
I sell RM2 ni satay per stick, you want RM30.
Faizal, you're back. Sorry, you're stuck at 200 just now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the 200%, 300%, that's how it happened lah. For example, any company that engage me today will not see their sales next month become 200%. No, right? I don't make that claim.
Hmm.
I cannot do that. But it will take over time, 6 months, a year, or maybe more. Then that's what happened, because
Hmm.
people people that I work with, my team, we spend time with the client, trying to understand them. So sometimes we just listen only. They talk. Aku ada problem ni, aku ada problem. Okay, dengar. Last sekali tanya, kau boleh buat ni tak? Let me figure out. Let me figure out if I can
Mm.
do that or not. Just like when
Okay.
last year in June, I was infected with dengue.
Mm.
So I came back, got a client call. Macam kau dah okay dah apa. I said, okay lah, I'm surviving, I'm still alive, blah, 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 and so on. Talk. Yeah, I have this problem. Okay, what? Who do you think can do this? I said, okay lah, let me talk to some people, connect them and so on. At the end of the day, he said, okay, I want you to be involved. Right, so okay, I got involved, and
And
with that, I got lah. So I secure 100 million work for that company. So okay lah, jalan lah.
mm. Okay lah. Luck
It's,
bila
it's
you
because that
probably got the contact lah.
they want someone to talk to. So a lot of us
Mm.
thinking that when we go see the client,
Mm.
we are the one who have to talk. Well, we just have to listen to them talking cock lah, talking whatever they want to talk lah. They want to talk nak kahwin lagi satu ke, nak kahwin lagi 15 ke, itu dia punya pasal lah, kahwin lah pun kau nak kan.
Jangan macam every time I talk to
So
say
that's
AI.
the essence.
Rizal tu one husband, four wives. Oh, don't play.
Okay, that's cool, man. Kita dah cepat dah 47 minutes dah live, okay? Anyway, whilst we are on, we did promise, we did talk about sharing some stuff lah. Let me just shift something. So I have on my screen here some recommendations from you
What,
I'm gonna
makan
add to
places
the
lah.
screen. Makan places lah. Jom lah kita tengok in terms. So I got here kedai Mak Sufi ni. Cuba terang sikit. What
Wah,
is this kedai
betul
Mak
lah.
Sufi is about? Tengok.
Kedai Mak Sufi ni is we always go there for nasi lemak. My wife's favorite is the sambal sotong and paru. My favorite is the sambal udang yang kecil-kecil tu, the small udang tu. Very
Oh,
nice
yeah, the
sambal.
small one.
I don't go for big udang. I go for small udang only because the small udang you cook it with the skin, with the shell, which is edible.
Wow.
You don't have to peel it anymore. And the sambal is normally sweeter. So that's my
Let me
favorite.
search.
Oh,
Let me
mesti
search tu.
semua pergi ya.
Tu lah.
So
Let me search pergi.
the
Faizal Fahimi pergi.
okay lah tu. So this is in section 6 Kota Damansara. I will go there once every 2 weeks or maybe once a week even.
Nampak
We
so
just
good.
went back there recently. Normally we go there tapau lah, but now that can dine in, we went for dining in lah.
Okay.
That's Mak Sufi, and
Okay.
they have nasi dagang also, but not so for me lah.
This one is nasi
This
lemak
one,
panas.
the whole KL knows about it lah. Nasi lemak 223. You go there, you have to just go straight to the front, pick your nasi lemak bungkus, berapa bungkus you nak, and then pick your lauk lah. If you wait to be served, sorry the mamak will come to you and ask your drinks only. But the rest you have to go and pick yourself up. Otherwise you
Is
can
it?
wait lah.
Choose lah. Are you a fan of the nasi lemak that they put like this? I never really like it.
Okay,
I never.
the good thing is
never
that why it's famous, because the
Mm.
lauk is one thing. They have choices of lauk. But nasi lemak, when you wrap in daun pisang, there's a certain aroma that comes out from it.
Yeah.
So that's why it is. You can try lah. You can make the same nasi lemak. You wrap it with daun pisang,
No.
or you can wrap it with plastic.
Mm.
Different.
I get that one, but for me it's just that I don't like when it comes out. It's like this. For some reason, for me, I like my sambal to be separate. I just don't like that
Okay.
it's like already semua dah kena. So the nasi, I like to really savor the taste of nasi. Yeah,
Satu lagi,
I
a lot
understand
of
the concept.
us,
Yeah.
a lot of us, when we buy nasi lemak like this, it reminds of our childhood. This was
Oh,
how nasi lemak was sold during our childhood days. Nasi lemak and sikit sambal on top, and then we always brought it to school as our bekal or whatever lah. So that's kind of a childhood memory together with the aroma.
Murah ni. 150 per pack, but then the rest of the stuff are standard price lah. So
Uh,
for yourself, okay, we have another one. I think you showcase. Is it 123? Ah?
123 corner. This one at the Sungai
Musim
Penchala.
macam nasi lemak. Yes, Sungai
Uh,
Penchala.
Super rendang. Oh.
Sungai Penchala also same thing. Why my wife is crazy about the sambal sotong there, and the nasi also is kind of special. It's like nasi lemak lah, nasi yang lemak, not just called nasi lemak, but tastes like almost like nasi biasa. This one's nasi lemak yang really lemak.
So it's like fluffy, is it?
Fluffy, you feel the savouriness, the santan, you can taste it.
Hmm. Tapi tak ada ni lah. Tak ada close up. Kalau tengok close up, I actually love it lah. Hmm. So you, between the three, which one, of course you've also highlighted Ali Mutu Ahok, but this one I think a bit
Ah,
commercial. But between the
Commercial.
three, which one ah?
Okay, I'm gonna be biased because now I live very near to 123 corner, which is only 5 minute drive from my house.
Okay.
So I'll go there. But if I have time, I'm not in a rush. I will go to Mak Sufi.
Oh, ini kena pergi
Uh,
ni. I think also like very nice lah.
Ali Mutu Ahok, if my son requests for crispy large fried chicken.
I can tell. Yeah, it's on Grab always. This one.
Because I don't, even though the one in Damansara Utama, what is it? Village Park. Village
Ah,
Park nasi lemak is okay, good, and the chicken is very large, crispy. But I just cannot tahan the queue lah. There's so many people there, and I have to
yeah.
wait. I don't like lah, so I rather go somewhere else.
Oh, do they? No, do they put picture of? I don't know lah because I remember very vividly. You go to Village Park, right? First got Najib
Uh,
picture, and then after that was to Mahathir. And then I sempat tak dia berbual Muhyiddin, and then now swap to Ismail Sabri. Ada tukar ke?
tak
Ada.
boleh lah.
Tak
If
perasan lah.
if I go there and I see those pictures, potong steam lah. I terus tak dia makan lah.
Dah alamak. I ingat lagi. Khabar
After
tukar lah.
PNB cut your electric again, weh.
Jangan,
Hey.
well lah. I rather go see there the picture of Rafidah Aziz. Okay, can.
Okay lah. Alright. So and then we got a few more you shared. This one asam pedas premium Bukit Jelutong.
Okay,
Kenapa ni dia?
asam pedas premium Bukit Jelutong ni dulu asam pedas je, but now they have gone a little bit out of market. And if you go to the Bukit Jelutong near the big field there, you will see that this place will be super damn full because dia punya breakfast lauk and lunch lauk lebih kurang lah sama. They are packed for breakfast and packed for lunch. Dia punya lauk asam pedas, sambal paru, a few things lah. Consistent every day memang that those are the dishes lah. And dia punya roti canai pun sedap. Dia punya pau barbecue ayam halal also sedap. Why we go there? We used to live in Bukit Jelutong, and I used to live in nearby also in section U10. So that's our place lah. We normally go for breakfast. Or the next door we have a place called Paddy for their lontong. But this particular asam pedas, it had stood the test of time. It's been there since how long? I think about 15 years already been there, growing strength to strength. And now they have opened one outlet in Tropicana Garden Mall.
Okay, very cool.
The irony is I've never tasted the asam pedas.
Okay. It's okay lah. Dia direct to the product. Ni I wanted to mention Zairul Nizam say dia suka. He loves nasi lemak 223.
223.
And then apa ni? Tahu 1.5 million. Zairul tolong tapau please. Boleh. Kan so minta tolong Zairul lah. Okay. Don't worry guys, we're going to be looking at a bit more. So
does anyone know or not if 223 is open till midnight now still or not? Or close at 10?
223 boleh tengok.
Or maybe I can check tomorrow night.
Dah gatal lah ni. It's 2 AM he says here, okay?
Fuh,
Okay, that one the normal
Uh,
time.
ini normal
itu
time lah.
dulu.
That one normal time. Dulu there used to be one nasi lemak in Subang Jaya SS15, so damn good. But after they turned the place into some construction market or whatever, I don't know where they went.
Medan Serial 223 is sisi 24 jam. Betul punya 12 AM 12 AM.
Okay, so
But the
PM
nasi lemak itself, I don't know.
boleh check out tomorrow night. It's only nasi lemak there. 223 is just nasi lemak.
Benda lain tak ada
Dia ada dua nasi lemak store competing with each other. Benda
Oh,
lain tu ada lah. If you come before 10, there's ada lah. You want fried rice ke, fried kway teow, whatever ada lah. But nasi lemak
okay.
is until late. Two opposite stores competing with each other.
Oh, okay lah. Takkan CA tak ada nasi lemak place that you like?
Nasi lemak for me dulu because we go to the Tanglin clinic for the gigi kan. So before we
Oh,
go to
Tanglin.
jumpa the dentist, sapu the nasi lemak there first.
The nasi lemak there also led me to RM500,000 punya deal lah. Tanglin.
Serious ah?
Oh,
Oh. Ustaz, I think the next few weeks we see each other there all the time kan. Ni close deal besar ni.
Tapi dah
Actually,
lama
you
tak
are very true ah. You're very
pergi
true
lah.
lah,
Dulu
Faisal.
memang lah. Let me to RM500,000.
I think because I used to work in this law firm, and one of my partners, right, um, he was very big into daun pisang. Wah, daun pisang he brought me so many places. Rizal, this is the best in the world. You can find me any better, show me now kan. So macam-macam pergi sana sini, semua best lah. So the few places that we went, of course got Brickfields, there's a few, and there was the cricket club, the Royal Selangor Club, the cricket ground in
Oh, okay.
KL there,
Itu
and
atas punya
then there was,
lah.
and then apa itu, Ikana Jaya, where the immigration is. In there, there's
Okay.
a banana leaf rice in there. So that
Okay.
owner has a bar and also a banana leaf rice. They're sort of like interconnected. So I thought that was like, wow, interesting. It does went past some of the places that I went that are quite good. Okay lah, okay lah. Lapar. Lepas ni boleh keluar cepat-cepat ni. Alright, maybe we go to satay lah. Satay now. Satay. Because satay also you recommended Davis Corner and restaurant Dewan Mak Uda. Wah ini aku tunjuk cakap tu Dewan Mak Uda, right? I was shocked. Ni nenek mana ni keluar ni? Memang betul ke
Ni
memang restoran ni, right?
bukan ni DMU tu.
Bukan ke?
Mak Uda ni bukan.
Dia Taman Tun TTDI Jaya and I also got.
Oh, tu Mak Uda Pantai Timur. Tu betul lah. Nasi dagang dia ada, betul lah.
Yalah.
Yes. Dia ada dewan kat atas kot sekarang ni. Dulu tak ada. Nasi dagang ni memang best lah tempat ni. Betul lah. Tu that's the right place.
Okay.
Dia ada sate dia. Sate ni dia belajar daripada uncle dia. Dia kat situ memang one good thing because the guy recognise me also. I used to frequent his uncle's shop which is further up, and then he opened a branch there. So when I came to eat there, I said, "Abang ni used to come to my uncle place." Yeah. I said, "Your ni sini resipi sama bang." Okay lah. So after that, every time I went there, 15 cucuk, 20 cucuk sate daging lah.
Seorang.
Seorang lah, 15. It's damn good man, serious.
Bestnya. Okay lah, ni aku dah kena planning lah ni.
Like Davis Corner, 15 cucuk sate kambing, memang seorang easily lah.
Oh my god. If you have time, Faizal, do check out my life together with CA when we were talking about satay, because we spoke about different satays around the world, and then it was the Indonesian satays lah. That was very interesting, and satay kambing tends to be very Indonesian in nature.
Yeah, that one satay makan dengan kicap.
Yalah, satay Madura.
Dengan kicap
Betul
manis.
lah.
In Jakarta,
Okay.
there's one place very famous, nasi goreng kambing and satay kambing. Behind Bank BCA, Jalan Kebun Sireh.
Kebun Sireh, so Central lah.
Central
Central
lah.
Jakarta. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been to Jakarta a few times, and yeah, south, central, not really north. Yeah, but it's just so many people. Yeah, didn't eat anything,
So
but I don't know.
so believe it or not, one of the meeting I had there occurred there at 1 a.m. Makan sate.
Oh, bestnya, bestnya. Okay lah, we should do this ah. This one, see, Siva asked, does a Nasi Lemak session with the client help in securing a deal?
It
Confirm mesti
does.
meh.
It does. In my experience, it does.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh, so the
Okay,
secret
maybe you
to
can.
securing deals is to through a man's stomach lah.
yeah, because I mentioned that day somebody mentioned, wow, you Malaysians can only talk about food, calorie. I said, look, in Malaysia, the easiest way to connect to anyone, providing that they are Malaysian, is you talk about favorite food. Nasi lemak, char kway teow, rojak, pasembur. Anyone who have been to Penang and ate pasembur, rojak, Penang will say, oh, that's nice. So it's easy to connect, right? Have you ever tried to connect with anyone talking about fish and chips? Ah? Oh, spaghetti bolognese. Tak ada. Right?
Hmm.
If you're in London, maybe if you talk about the best fish and chips, somebody will do a recommendation for you. But in KL, if you talk about, hey, where's the best fish and chips? Don't know. Lah. But if you talk about nasi lemak, wah, 3 places in Kampung Baru, 5 places in Ampang, whatnot.
Like,
He's stuck in Ampang already. Faizal,
that's
you're
right.
stuck in Ampang. Still stuck in Ampang. Tapi betul lah Siva. I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna really start the nasi lemak
But
method
this
of
is an
selling.
interesting question. I think Rizal, I must also ask you one question. How many times you eat in a day in Malaysia?
Me,
Ah, satu hari
Faizal,
makan
you're
berapa
back.
kali tu? Ah, Faisal is back already.
Faizal is
Mhm.
back. I think I do. I think two is average. So morning is
Twice a
very,
day.
very light or not so much. Lunch is also is okay. Dinner is I've cut down a lot lah. I have to cut down,
Oh,
but
okay, okay.
doesn't mean that I would save my time for client meets and so on. I'm happy to do that. Yeah, but I love Malaysian food. Buat makan. I think Faizal gave a lot of very good things in my mind already. What to do next? Which I think that for Faizal himself, I guess
True.
that his method, he already talked about that. Going out there is nothing about the product, nothing about the features, benefit. Tak ada langsung. So literally, he's focusing on the
Relationship. Makan, makan,
relationship
makan.
and
Yeah.
then the relation to the heart. Hey, Faizal, are you back? You're wondering,
Still
we
in
need to.
Ampang kot. Hey, but I think Faisal is like, I had some friends coming over from Australia in I think 2002 or 2001. Wait, it's connected pula. So for when they came over, their flight got delayed. So when they landed in KLA, it was about 3 a.m. By the time they
Oh,
check out, it was like 4 something. So I no choice, like I took them to SS2. And they were surprised because at 4:30 in the morning, SS2 was still packed, with so many people at the food court. And there was a lot of night stalls. I can't remember what they were exactly selling. So then they asked me this question. "Eh,
hmm.
how many times you guys eat in a day? So I, being very naughty, I told them, no lah, Malaysians, we only eat once a day. And it was like, cannot be lah. And they say, yes, we eat once a day. We eat 24 hours a day. So prior to the pandemic, all the stalls were open 24 hours, isn't it? Mamak lah, you go to the food
Never.
court, memang dia buka. I think, but
Hmm.
this secret that this Faisal was sharing, right? Because of the pandemic now, how semua 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. tutup. You see our pasar malam stall is now 8 p.m. I have to tutup because Faisal all sapu all the business already. So how we must wait for Faisal lah. How can we continue
Hmm.
to makan during this pandemic?
I think the build
To
up,
be
lah. Just planning for it. Hey, man, mana nak pergi apa semua kan? And talk about
yeah.
it, sharing the IG, the FB pages, and then just slowly getting into it. Then when the day comes, I'll go and chat. It's going to be fun. Yeah, obviously, it's going to be fun. The talk will be about reminiscing the discussion and then how long we have been out. I think it's the same thing too. The past few days I've been meeting people. I won't lie, every day. Either I would set one time either morning, afternoon, or evening, and I've already planned for next week and the week after, for different people to meet. Yeah, and it's the we're not talking about a nice place and so on. We're talking like mama store or teh tarik in you know Chinese restaurant or something like that. Very easy. Yeah. Do you have any plan for that?
For myself, no lah. I can't go out because my kid has G6PD, so
Yeah.
I don't really go out. Stay at
But then
home
you
lah.
can you all tak boleh keluar
Ah,
until
yeah.
COVID is eradicated lah.
Either COVID ke or G6PD lah, whichever comes first.
Ah, Faizal is back. So dia dah
Alright.
balik sini balik dah. Oi, oi.
Hey,
We thought we lost
adik.
you, man.
Ampun, my internet was really crap. I haven't studied it properly yet.
Adish.
Okay, no worries, man. No worries. Okay lah, we already like 1 hour and 6 minutes past, right?
Yeah.
So Siva said thank you very much. That's a very good advice. That's very true. So maybe right before we go, we just want to do a quick roundup lah. So I think for me and CA, we sort of like understand your secret already, the selling by not selling, which is actually very important. The sorcery that you have, you don't have to go so complex. I mean, all the the product, the clients know the product, they know what they want, but they just wanted to build relationships. And building relationships is better through conversations, and then conversations through the heart and the mouth. So, and I go straight to the tummy lah, huh? Direct to that. So maybe from your side before we end the show, anything else, any good tips that you want to share with the audience about selling by not selling, and things that you think is critical, or any final food food tips for us.
Simplest thing is that I said just now earlier on, the easiest topic to break the ice to get the conversation starting is Malaysia's favorite makan. Right? I don't know if it works in any country, but what I found out in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Singapore, Vietnam, these are the best topics. It's always makan. Even when I was in Vietnam twice or three times in the last few years. Again, when you talk about makan, right, they will point you to good places. They will share with you this and that, so you connect with them.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why Nasi Lemak has already been posted in Malaysia, in my posting, is because Nasi Lemak is the best icebreaker for Malaysian. I don't know, when you're in London, like I said, maybe you talk about fish and chips. Where's the best chip shop or whatever, right? But Asians, as far as I know it, I can see the best icebreaker is always about makan, food, and that's the focus is at. And of course, when you face with a Westerner who came to Malaysia that haven't really absorbed the culture fully, you are not really able to deploy this particular tactic, like if you want to call it. But normally, if you know them, sometimes we bring them to makan place, then they will also. Because my colleagues who came from overseas to Malaysia, we take them to the makan place. After that, every time we talk, it's all about makan. So Malaysians and makan, that's the best icebreaker, the best thing to get selling without selling.
Okay, cool, man. Thank you so much, Faisal. That is a very simple takeaway. That's what we want. It's like yeah, it's not because the advice is very, it's quite common. People do know, but coming from someone who has closed deals that are worth 500 million because purely on the basis of building relationship through food, it says a lot. And there are many small millions that he has made on in sales. This is based on that lah. So these are really salient good tips, and also uh, personal sharings that I think people will benefit. See anything for yourself?
No, man. I think after we finish this live, are we going to continue the Pasamal Association meeting ke apa?
Ya lah, kena
Ni
lah.
semua dia
Still
jual
tak
nasi
puas hati lah.
lemak, sate, rojak. How ah?
Tak puas hati lah kan. Itu lah. Dia tak cakap
Pak
apa
Sembo,
pun lah.
cakwe kau.
Janganlah. Nanti dia belanja semua, makan semua, beli kat dia. Dia lah. My sales
Cendol.
from untung RM50 sekarang RM20 je untung. Cheers. Alamak. Siva said something here.
Grab food.
See,
food.
maybe send grab food lah. Yalah, betul lah sih. So that's very true. Can send grab food to your clients if you can't go out, right?
That's very
Yeah.
true. Yeah, true.
Okay, guys. Anyway, it's 1:10 already, so we're 10 minutes past the standard time. I want to say thank you to the guest Faisal, and also thank you to CA for co-hosting again, and thank you to those
Terima
that tuned
kasih.
in and those that will be watching the replay on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Yes, yes, yes. And final one here from Zionism says, strong leadership brings long-term results. Very true. Well done, and well done to you guys. Well done to Faisal as well. Good that you're back with us before you left. I takut dia masuk balik tadi lah. I tak buat. It wasn't me. I didn't kick you out. Okay. All right. So I think that's all from us.
Memang dia pun.
Bukan aku. Bye bye. Good night. Good night, everyone. Bye
Alright, good
bye.
night, good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.